realize what had happened. A simple glance between us had carried something more. Even when I smile casually, my heart already knows. The way I look at you has quietly changed. Part of me wants to step closer, yet I pause for a moment, wondering if my feelings might feel too heavy for you. A heart that can't let go, yet can't move any closer, stays here between hope and caution, day after day. A heart that can't let go, yet can't move any closer. The feelings are already near while my footsteps remain careful. Perhaps you sometimes wonder about the same things too, keeping unspoken words close to your heart. The air between us feels different these days, and if you noticed it too, I wonder what you're thinking. I'd love to know you better, yeah. What we have now feels precious. That's why I take my time. A heart that can't let go, yet can't move any closer, still thinking about the same question as another day goes by. A heart that can't let go, yet can't move any closer, sharing a smile with you already means so much. Maybe our hearts are more alike than we know, pausing for the same reasons and smiling for the same reasons. A heart that can't let go, yet can't move any closer. Even so, I cherish this feeling because you've changed my days. A heart that can't let go, you can't move any closer. For now I'll hold it gently, knowing our hearts have already touched. A little closer, a little slower. Two hearts looking toward the same place. She comes to mind again today, in the middle of an ordinary day. A single memory of her smile makes me pause for just a while. I have no reason to draw near and no reason to turn away, so I simply think of her for a moment once again. It's alright if I never say it, it's alright if she never knows. Some feelings can stay quietly and still bring warmth to the heart. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart, without a photograph to hold. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart. The memories are enough, knowing we share the same sky feels like a gift somehow. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart. I find myself smiling. The seasons will continue changing and time will move along, yet knowing someone like her feels like a memory that stays. There may be days I miss her more than I expected to, still I'll carry those those feelings gently as I walk through life. I hope she's happy, I hope she's smiling. That simple wish alone is enough for me. Admiration for her in my heart, like a page within a journal. My admiration for her in my heart, telling the breeze instead of words. Even from a distance, there can still be warmth. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart. I'll keep cheering for her, even if time turned back. I think I feel the same. Yeah, now my greatest wish is simply for her happiness. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart as a beautiful memory. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart, with gratitude and peace. May tomorrow bring her joy, may every day bring her smile. Keeping my admiration for her in my heart. Quietly from afar, and on the final line of today's diary, I wrote one wish: may she always be happy. Days that once felt endless are slowly moving on. Even the moments that seem frozen have begun to carry on. Like a breeze beyond the window, a gentle change appears, and without a single word, a little hope arrives. I'm still being careful, yet something feels different now. Tomorrow doesn't seem so distant as it once did before. A little hope has arrived, softly knocking at my door. A little hope has arrived, with a warm and gentle smile. Though the road may still be long if we can't walk it together, a little hope has arrived and settled in my heart. The stars look just the same, yet my heart has changed somehow. Expectation now arrives before worry has the chance. Even roads I couldn't see are slowly filled with light, and moments that once felt far away are drawing closer now. I've learned I don't need to hurry every dream. The best things often find us little by little. A little hope has arrived, reaching out its hand to me. A little hope has arrived, speaking softly of tomorrow. Though it's only a wish today, I believe it can come true. A little hope has arrived and brightened up my heart. The waiting of today will not be wasted time. Even the longer roads we take have meaning of their own. A little hope has arrived, like sunlight through the clouds. A little hope has arrived, opening a brand new chapter, dreaming of the day we'll smile little hope has arrived.
It's a funny thing, in the middle of a busy day, that moment suddenly comes back. It was only a simple greeting, but it stays with me somehow. I don't know much about you, what songs you listen to, or which season you love most. Yet little by little, I find myself wondering, something called coincidence. My heart stays a little too long. One passing moment still leaves a smile today. I started wondering about you before your name, my heart arrived. What are you thinking about? How was your day today? Sometimes I imagine those things. I started wondering about you, though I can't explain the reason. Without even noticing, I'm creating little stories about you on my own. I wonder if you ever thought about that moment too. The brief time our eyes met and the feeling it left behind. A tiny expression, a gentle glance, such small memories, yet they're so clear somehow. It's alright not to know yet, there's still so much left to discover. Maybe this is the kind of story that can unfold slowly. I started wondering about you. I'd like to know a little more. What kind of smile you carry, what dreams you hold inside. Quietly I imagine them all. I started wondering about you, and if we meet again someday, this time I'll gather my courage and simply ask, how was your day today? It's a funny thing, nothing really happened, yet somehow I keep wondering about you. At first I thought it was a dream, a distant place, another time. Yet somehow your familiar face stayed within my mind. Through every passing memory, I always searched for you, without knowing why I missed someone I never knew. Now I finally understand what those moments meant. The road was long, yet somehow we met again. A love that does nothing isn't love. I don't believe that anymore. If a feeling stays hidden forever, then what is it waiting for? A love that does nothing isn't love. I won't leave it where it was. hesitated, but I won't be her today. If fate has given us another chance, I won't let it slip away. I wanna see your smile a little closer than before, and dream about tomorrow, standing by your side. Happiness isn't far away, it's standing right here now. So I'll gather up my courage and reach for your hand. Although there does nothing isn't love, I won't hide these feelings now. The heart I've kept inside for years is ready to speak aloud. A love that does nothing isn't love, I'll leave that chapter behind. Today I'll walk toward you, smiling with hope in my eyes. Time carried us in circles, only to bring us here again. And if we've met once more, perhaps we're meant to be happy. A love that does nothing isn't love, I finally understand. A heart that walks toward another, that's what love truly is. A love that does nothing isn't love, I'll leave it in the past. Today I'm walking toward tomorrow and toward you. This time I won't let go. This time I'll choose happiness.
Not long ago, a greeting was just a greeting. Yeah, lately some feels different. A familiar face can brighten an entire day, and a simple hello stays with me much longer. It's amazing how such a small moment can leave behind such a big smile. I'm looking forward to our next hello, to the moment we meet again. It already feels like the beginning of a beautiful day. I'm looking forward to our next hello. Even a simple greeting carries a warm heart that brightens everything. Within familiar days, a new excitement appears. Right in the middle of ordinary hours, a little anticipation stays. I don't know what we'll talk about, where the conversation will go. Yet imagining it already makes me smile. The time we're sharing feels more meaningful each day. That's why I keep looking ahead. I'm looking forward to our next hello. Maybe we'll feel even more comfortable, sharing another conversation and another laugh. I'm looking forward to our next hello. Every time our paths cross, a new memory seems to appear without even trying. The pace feels perfect just the way it is. A story that unfolds gently has its own kind of beauty. I'm looking forward to our next hello. hoping that day comes soon with familiar smiles and another happy moment. I'm looking forward to our next hello. It's on my mind again today. It's been a while since waiting felt this wonderful. Looking forward to our next hello. Already smiling, just thinking about it. It feels like we just started talking, and somehow here we are. A simple conversation turned into something longer. One story led to another, then another after that. And somewhere along the way, the hours quietly slipped by. Even the view outside had slowly changed, yet neither of us seemed to notice. Did time always move this fast? It feels like we just met somewhere inside these conversations. The day kept moving on. Did time always move this fast? A smile finds its way to me. The best moments always seem to leave us wanting a little more. The pauses that once felt unfamiliar, the pauses that once felt unfamiliar now feel easy and warm. Even a quiet moment seems to belong here. A beautiful day doesn't need a plan. Sometimes it simply happens. I think I learned that from today. There were still stories to hear, still moments to share. Maybe that's why the day felt so short. Did time always move this fast? Perhaps the clock was excited too. There are still so many things I'd love to talk about. It time always move this fast, yet it feels like a wonderful day. Another memory found its place and stayed with me. The next time we meet, I think we'll be even more comfortable picking up our conversation right where it left off. Did time always move this fast? Maybe it happens around you. An ordinary day turned into a special memory. Did time always move this fast? Even on my way home, today's laughter and stories keep shining softly in my thoughts. Time really did fly by today, until our next conversation.
On my way back home, I felt lighter than usual. The streets look familiar, yet somehow different. Between the usual scenery, today's moments return. And every time I remembered them, a smile appeared again. Calling it something special feels a little shy, yet my heart already knows exactly why. I smiled a little more today. Looking back on the day, it's amazing how a simple hello can stay with me this long. I smiled a little more today, more than I ever expected. Right in the middle of an ordinary day, a beautiful moment appeared. Whenever the memory returns, a smile arrives first. Even a short conversation can leave a lasting glow. I wonder when it started, this feeling inside me. These days I treasure even the smallest moments. Even after time passes, today will stay with me. The best days always linger in the gentlest way. I smiled a little more today. My steps felt lighter too. One warm glance changed the rhythm of the day. I smiled a little more today, and I'm grateful for that, for showing me how an ordinary day can shine. Sometimes the sweetest happiness comes in quiet ways, arriving softly and staying a little longer. Just a little longer. Staying a little more today. Staying a little more today. And felt a little more excited, holding a beautiful memory as I look forward to tomorrow. I smiled a little more today. And if someone asked me why, I'd probably think of that moment when I saw you again. Today I smiled a little more than usual.
I didn't realize time could move this fast. What started as a simple conversation kept going a little longer. Every story you shared painted another scene, and before I knew it, I was walking through them with you. It doesn't have to be extraordinary. Everything sounds interesting somehow. Every moment you tell a story feels bright and alive. I love to hear more about that. I'm already curious about the next part. Even the smallest memories feel meaningful when you share them. It's a wonderful kind of feeling. I'd love to hear more about that. I wish time would slow down a little, so this moment can stay right where it is for a little while longer. When you talk about things you enjoy, there's a sparkle in your eyes, and somehow that alone makes me smile too. Places I've always known, days that seem ordinary feel completely different through your story. One story leads to another and another. After that, the conversation keeps finding new places to go. I love to hear more about that. I love to know you better. What inspires your thoughts? What moments stay with you? I love to listen a while. I love to hear more about that. These conversations feel special, sharing little pieces of our days and finding reasons to smile. I feel comfortably close. And somehow I've started waiting for the next thing you'll say. I'd love to hear more about that. There are still so many stories left. Even when today comes to an end, I'd love to pick up right where we left off the next time we meet. I'd love to hear more about that. The world you describe feels warmer than I imagined, and brighter than I expected. That's why I keep listening. I'd love to hear more the next time we meet again.
Fell asleep last night, a thought came back to me. I found myself remembering why I was looking forward to today. And then another question quietly appeared. I wondered if someone else had been waiting too. I may not know the answer, but I can still imagine. And somehow that alone makes me smile. Was I on your mind too? Sometimes I wonder about that. Did a familiar greeting ever bring a smile to you? Was I on your mind too? Lingering softly in your thoughts, becoming someone you occasionally remember. In the middle of an ordinary day, like someone who suddenly comes to mind. Did I ever appear in a moment like that? Like a memory that brightens a day, or a thought that feels comforting? Did I find a small place somewhere in your heart? Sometimes anticipation feels sweeter than certainty. That's why I'm happy right here. Was I on your mind too? Looking up at the same sky, wondering about the next conversation ahead. Was I on your mind too? Like a little source of excitement, someone who makes tomorrow feel a bit brighter. There is no need to hurry, beautiful stories take their time. For now I'll keep this gentle thought with me. Was I on your mind too? I don't know the answer yet. Still the thought alone makes everything shine a little more. Was I on your mind too? Maybe someday I'll know. Until then, I'll keep this feeling close. Was I on your mind too? Was I on your mind too? That thought alone makes me smile again.
Today was such a lovely day. I smiled more than I expected. The conversations we shared stay with me long afterward. Even on my way home, they kept returning to mine. Each story we exchanged walked beside me quietly. It's been a while since a moment felt like this. I have a feeling I'll remember today for a long time. Could we talk again someday and sit together once more, picking up the stories we didn't quite finish? talk again someday. Even the thought feels wonderful. It's amazing how a simple tomorrow can bring this much excitement to an ordinary evening. The stories you shared are still with me now. Even the way you smiled feels easy to remember. It seemed like an ordinary day until it became something special. Perhaps that's why it feels so memorable. The hours keep moving on, yet the feeling remains. A good conversation as a way of lingering. Could we talk again someday? I'd love to hear more from you, sharing little thoughts and moments as new days arrive. Could we talk again someday, with comfortable smiles again, learning a little more about each other's words. Whoa. There's beauty in taking our time, the best stories often do. So I'll keep today's memories and look forward to what's ahead. Could we talk again someday, when our paths cross once more, with a familiar greeting and another conversation waiting? Could we talk again someday? If that day arrives, I think we'll smile a little easier and feel a little closer than we do today. Could we talk again someday? Until then, I'll carry this moment with me. Evening arrived before I noticed. Just a little while ago I was still lost in conversation, and now the day is drifting on. As I walk along the road, a smile keeps finding me. Little moments from today return one by one. Nothing extraordinary happened, yet somehow an ordinary day feels brighter than before. I wish today could last a little longer, just a little more time to keep this feeling and this smile close by. I wish today could last a little longer, moving gently through the hours. Why do the best moments always feel so brief? Even the familiar streets look different tonight. Places I've seen countless times feel new somehow. Though I try to stay calm, my heart seems to know that today became a day worth remembering. Tomorrow will arrive soon, and that's alright, because today's memories will come along too. I wish today could last a little longer. There are still stories left to share. The moments we laugh together feel like they could continue forever. I wish today could last a little amazing how one good day can brighten everything around it. Even when seasons change, I think I'll remember the way you smiled and the warmth of today. I wish today could last a little longer. If I may wish for one more thing, I'd love this feeling to stay with me tomorrow too. I wish today could last a little longer, yet I'm smiling as it ends, because the thought of next time makes today even more beautiful. Today was a beautiful day, that's why I wanted it to stay a little longer. This morning felt different from the moment it began. I opened the day with a smile. Before I even knew why, I tried to find a reason, but nothing came to mind. Still somewhere in my heart, a good feeling stayed. The day moves lightly, like an easy breeze, and somehow I keep smiling. I have a feeling I see you today, even if I can't explain why. Somewhere along a familiar street, I feel we'll share a hello again. I have a feeling I see you today, and that thought alone makes an ordinary day sparkle a little brighter. The roads I've always known look different somehow. Even the smallest details feel warm and welcoming among all the faces I pass. My eyes keep wandering. Perhaps my heart already knows what's making me smile. It feels softer than expectation, like waiting for good news, a quiet excitement that stays with me. I have a feeling I'll see you today. That thought suddenly appears. Even a short conversation could make this day unforgettable. I have a feeling I'll see you today, and because of that everything feels brighter, everything feels lighter. The best feelings arrive without making a sound. Maybe that's why I trust this one. I have a feeling I'll see you today, and if that moment comes, it will become another memory worth keeping close. I have a feeling I'll see you today. That's why I love this day already. Even before it happens, my heart is smiling. I have a feeling, a really good feeling. I'll see you today.
Today already felt bright, like something good was waiting. I thought it was only a feeling, then suddenly there you were. The moment I saw you, a smile appeared so easily, as if my heart already knew this day would happen. Even though I imagined imagined it before it felt completely new. One familiar smile lit up the whole day. And there you were, even better than I imagined. A simple hello made everything brighter. And there you were, maybe that feeling was right. An ordinary day turned into a beautiful memory. The things I planned to say drifted away again, yet sharing a smile was more than enough. There is plenty of time ahead to learn about each other. Today can simply be today's special story. The moment was brief, yet it feels unforgettable. That's probably why my steps feel lighter now. And there you were, and somehow that was enough. One warm glance changed the entire day. And there you were, helping me understand why waiting felt so wonderful all along. The best meetings arrive quietly and unexpectedly. Perhaps that's why they stay with us longer. And there you were, a moment I had imagined, now becoming part of a real memory. And there you were, and even on my way home, I keep smiling, thinking about today. And there you were, right in front of me, making today a beautiful day.
I finally said hello. It felt easier than I imagined. A moment I had pictured so many times passed by like a gentle breeze. We shared a smile for a little while. My heart was moving everywhere. Every story I prepared stayed quietly behind. On my way back home, I keep replaying the scene. One more sentence might have made it even sweeter. I said hello, what comes next? I'm curious about the next page. The weather feels beautiful today, even that could have started a conversation. I said hello, what comes next? It keeps making me smile. One brief moment, stay with me all day long. I almost asked your name, then carried home your smile instead. Taking things a little slower feels right somehow. Each time our eyes meet, a new feeling appears, familiar and exciting at the very same time. Maybe next time I'll keep the conversation going. A few simple words could become something memorable. I said hello, what comes next? My thoughts are already there. How has your day been? That sounds like a lovely beginning. I said hello, what comes next? Just imagining it feels nice. A story moving little by little has its own kind of magic. There is beauty in taking time. Every moment has its place. step by step, a little closer, the story keeps unfolding. I said hello, what comes next? I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Even a short conversation can brighten an entire day. I said hello, what comes next? Another smile finds its way. You become a natural part of my everyday thoughts. I said hello, and now I'm waiting for the next chapter.
I wonder when it started. Every time I walk these familiar streets, my eyes seem to wander first without a reason I can't explain. Passing through a crowd, I find myself looking twice, and sometimes I catch myself smiling at the thought. I'm not really searching, I'm not making plans, yet somehow my heart keeps getting there first. I keep looking around for you, thinking we might cross paths again. Somewhere inside these familiar places, I feel like you could appear. I keep looking around for you, and somehow it feels nice. Even an ordinary day carries a little excitement now. On streets I've walked for years, my pace becomes a little slower. I imagine a familiar smile appearing around the corner. Even a brief hello can brighten an entire day, and somehow that thought keeps me company. It feels less like expectation and more like a gentle breeze, a quiet feeling that stays nearby. I keep looking around for you, wondering if you're somewhere close, as if a little coincidence might be waiting around the corner. I keep looking around for you, that's just how I've been lately. Between ordinary moments, there are more reasons to smile. The best meetings often arrive when we least expect them. Maybe that's why I keep looking around. Fine, I'll keep looking around for you. Perhaps it's more than anticipation. Maybe it's simply enjoying the memories you've left behind. I keep looking around for you and smiling once again, because thinking of you feels surprisingly wonderful. I keep looking around without realizing it, and somehow I'm smiling again.
How have you been lately? The thought came to me today. There wasn't a special reason, I simply wondered about you. Have you found a little time to slow down and catch your breath? Have bright and happy moments been visiting you these days. Talking with you feels easier now than it did before. Even a simple question stays with me for a while. How have you been lately? I find myself wondering more each day. What makes you smile these days? What stories you enjoy sharing? I love to learn little by little. How have you been lately? The seasons keep gently changing. I hope your days are moving along with warmth and plenty of reasons to smile along the way. Sometimes in ordinary conversations you come to mind unexpectedly. Even familiar melodies seem to carry your memory. There isn't a grand explanation. You simply became someone who found a place in a corner of my day. There is beauty in taking our time. The best stories unfold that way. This gentle pace feels just right somehow. How have you been lately? I'd love to hear a little more. The things that make you happy, the little moments in your day that deserve a smile. How have you been lately? I almost wanna ask again, wishing today was kind to you, and tomorrow brings another reason to look forward to the day. At first it felt like coincidence. Now you're someone I look forward to. A familiar smile can brighten an entire afternoon. How have you been lately? There's a feeling inside this question, getting to know each other slowly, sharing easy laughter whenever our paths cross. How have you been lately? I wonder about you today, because having you somewhere in the story of my days feels surprisingly natural. How have you been lately? Maybe someday you'll tell me your story. Walking down the same road again, I find myself looking around, pretending I expect nothing, while my heart says otherwise. If we happen to meet today, maybe I'll finally smile first. A simple greeting shouldn't be hard, at least that's what I tell myself. All those words I've practiced keep passing through my mind. Yeah, when the moment finally comes, I might freeze again. Maybe I can say hello today, even just a simple hi. I still don't know your name yet, seeing you feels familiar somehow. Maybe I can be brave today. Maybe I'll smile and say a few words, even if nothing changes after that. I think that would be enough. Nothing special happened today, yet everything feels different. Maybe this This is what anticipation is, a quiet happiness without a reason. The moment I notice you're nearby, my heartbeat starts to race, and every sentence I prepare suddenly disappears, like a story unfolding slowly. There's no need to rush ahead. Still today feels like a day to try something new. Maybe I can say hello today. Maybe I wish you a good day. If I could say it naturally, I think I'd be smiling all evening. Maybe I can be brave today. Maybe this is where it starts. Leaving everything to coincidence feels like a waste somehow. It doesn't need to be a long conversation or anything unforgettable. Sometimes a single greeting can change the next chapter. Maybe I can say hello today. I've repeated those words all day. I'm still clumsy with these feelings, but I'm not standing still anymore. Maybe you'll smile back today. Maybe you'll remember me too. I don't know the answer yet, but today I'm one step closer. Maybe today, really today, I'll finally say gotten used to it somehow, thinking about that day again. Even in the middle of a busy afternoon, a smile appears before I know it. There's no promise waiting for me, no reason to expect a thing, yet my steps seem to wander there as if my heart already knows. I tell myself not to expect too much, not to imagine anything at all, but somehow my thoughts keep arriving before I do. Maybe I'll see you again today. Maybe our paths will cross once more. Even a simple hello would be enough. Just seeing that smile again could make this day feel brighter. Maybe I'll see you again today. It's just a thought I quietly keep. Nothing has to happen at all. But if waiting feels this happy, something in me must have changed. The old me probably wouldn't have noticed something like this, but now a small part of every day seems to belong to thoughts of you. What kind of stories make you laugh? What makes your eyes light up? There are still so many things I would love to know someday. The days keep moving forward just as they always do, yet somewhere in those ordinary hours I find myself looking around. Maybe I'll see you again today. Maybe by chance we'll meet once more. Even a brief moment would be enough. Just one familiar glance could brighten the whole afternoon. Maybe I'll see you again today. I quietly hold on to that hope. Nothing has begun between us, yet somehow this gentle feeling already feels like a gift. And if today isn't the day, that's perfectly alright with me. Tomorrow may arrive with another unexpected chance. Some stories don't rush ahead, They simply take their time, arriving softly, one moment at a time. Maybe I'll see you again today. Maybe our story is moving slowly, not through promises or plans, but through these little moments that keep finding their way back. Maybe I'll see you again today, and if I do, I'll smile a little more, because these ordinary days have become something special.